What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Got some sad news in the world of boxing here. Maxim Dadashev has died, man. He died, as you might have heard, he fought on the undercard of the Teofimo Lopez Masashari Nakatani fight this past Friday night. They fought, and he fought on the undercard, man, and it's just was announced on ESPN that he passed away. Sad situation. The thing about this fight was it was still a very competitive fight, but you could kind of see that Dadashev was starting to take a lot of shots. He took a lot of punishment, cumulative punishment, but he never took a punch that really showed that he was really in trouble, where they could maybe stop the fight, throw in the towel, or referee can stop it, jump in and jump in and stop the fight and wait the fight out. It never got to that point because he was always throwing back. This fight was just a case of a guy had a lot of pride and was too tough for his own good, basically, man. He took a lot of punishment, especially a lot of body shots. He took a whole lot of hard body shots. As you can see, every time he took those body shots, his, you can kind of see his body language was not good. But it never got to the point where he took a body shot, he took a knee or fell down or collapsed and nothing like that, man. It was just one of those fights where, sometimes, them devastating highlight reel knockouts, you get knocked out in the 7th round and stuff like that. You get caught with a shot you don't see or you don't have a strong chin. Sometimes, that's a devastating knockout, but you can recover from that type of situation. You get knocked out and and the doctors attend and make sure you're all right, you get up and then you're okay. But it's the accumulation of punches are the ones that you really got to watch out for. Those seem like to be the ones that are really tragic, could be tragic situations. As you know, Adonis Stevenson was in a hospital with a coma for months, after he fought Alexander Gasic. He fought him in a fight late last year on the undercard of the Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury fight. And he was he had suffered brain damage as he took a brutal knockout. That was another fight that was competitive, like this fight was Friday night, a very competitive fight. I even had Stevenson winning the fight in the first half, but the second half, Gasic came on strong. And it was just one of those fights where he came on strong and ended up catching Stevenson with a shot he didn't see and ended up knocking him out, man. But it was never a point where you could have jumped in and stopped that fight and saved Stevenson from what he had to go through. Luckily, he did not lose his life. But this fight here was similar to that fight as it was still a kind of competitive fight. It wasn't like he was getting beat from pillar to post where they could have jumped in and stopped it and maybe saved his life. It was just one of those unfortunate situations where, by the time they realized that they wanted to stop the fight, the accumulation of punches that Dadashev took, ended up costing him his life. Because one thing you got to do, give his trainer, Buddy McGirt, credit was, after the 11th round, at the end of that 11th round, he took a shot that he kind of stood him up and then almost like he was out on his feet, but he was still, didn't get knocked down, and he kind of stumbled a little bit and ended up going back to his corner. After he went back to his corner, Buddy McGirt told him he wanted to stop the fight, and he told him, please let me stop this fight, please. And then he talked to one of his other corner men because the guy's he's from Russia, and may have been a language barrier there. So he told his Buddy McGirt told one of his assistants, hey, talk to him, tell him, man, I need to stop this fight. And his one of his corner assistants talked to Dadashev, talked with him, and then they ended up stopping the fight. But on his way out the ring, after they stopped the fight, he almost collapsed going to the dressing room. He had to be held up. And Max Kellerman made a point that, hey, man, I've seen this situation before. When you collapse like that and stuff like that, there could be signs of brain hemorrhage. Your brain might be hemorrhaging. You know what I'm saying? Your brain might be hemorrhaging. Your brain might be bleeding. That's basically what Max Kellerman said. Then it was said that he was vomiting. He said he's probably gonna start vomiting. Once he starts vomiting, he said he knows that's gonna be a sign of his brain is bleeding. And no doubt he started vomiting too. I don't know if he was on his way to the locker room or maybe in the locker room he started vomiting. And then that's when they rushed and got the emergency personnel, and they was able to strap him onto onto one of those medical tables, or to one of those medical beds or whatever. One of those medical bed, kind of strap him up to one of those medical beds, medical whatever, I don't know what you call them. I guess one of those medical beds. Strap him on to one of those, and they was able to put him in the back of a Mercy vehicle and rush him to the hospital. You know, you heard a couple of days later, I think it was Sunday or Monday, that he was having surgery on his brain. He was having brain surgery, and they were saying that. Another thing they said right before that, you know, right after the fight, they were saying they was trying to get in touch with his wife because his wife was in Russia. He's got a wife and child, and one of the reasons why he was trying to fight down here, he was trying to get a green card. He wanted to get a green card. He wanted to become, you know, on his way to become a citizen of the United States. So that's another thing. You know, he was fighting for his green card, fighting for to get his family and his daughter down here and live the American dream, man. And it's just a sad situation, man. Sad situation. When I heard the news, man, on ESPN, man, I was just heartbroken, man. Just hate to see that. My thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his wife, and his kid, man. And hopefully, boxing will do what they got to do to take care of his family for the rest of their lives. You know, they don't have any kind of. That's the one thing about it. They don't have any kind of commission or any kind of boxing union where they can kind of take care of tragic situations like that. Take away a boxer's family. They need. That's one thing they need to implement. They need to maybe get some kind of boxing union. You know, they got a players union in baseball, one of the strongest in sports. They got a players union in basketball. They're strong. Player union in football too. They're pretty strong. They need to get some kind of boxers union in boxing, man, to take care of fighters. You know, there's too many fighters out here, man, that are experiencing a lot of problems, man. Don't have any money, broke. You know, all the blood, sweat, and tears they put into the sport. You know, they don't have anything to show for it after boxing, man. They're just sitting there trying to have to work or not. You know, have to work after they box or you know, stuff like that, and maybe have to. Try to get some kind of help from the government or something like that, man. You know, with the issues they having after boxing and stuff like that. Those type of checks you get from the government ain't nearby with. It's not nearby enough in a lot of instances to live comfortable on. So hopefully that's one thing that they can look into, man. Maybe try to get some kind of boxers union to help boxers after boxing. It's just my thoughts on it, man. But I'm about to get up out of here, man. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I'll holla.